It says, yeah, we feel like we made it over. All right. Let's now face reality. Let's get yelled at MASH. Let's get yelled by MASH. Leaving that very forceful Mystic Code changing aside, I believe we'll have that conversation later on. But it seems that Miss BB's implementation of this Mystic Code adjustment has definitely come to an effect. Able to transcend in the realm of the dead or anything in the realm of realm of the dead or in the realm of the imaginary numbers. 認識に異常がないばかりか、身の体質もブーストされているようです。It says the fact that it's not being perceived correctly, perceived anomaly. I feel like my body is also getting some implementation boost of some sort. But unfortunately, I don't have the ability to seem to observe or witness what... so essentially, Mash is saying she can't see the enemy. Yeah, so unfortunately, she can't detect what and who the enemies were. All I was doing is brawling and busting out Noble Phantasm multiple times. But, you know, having none of those would have been very problematic. It says, meaning that how far did Kou and, how far did Kou and that ruler of the moon know about it? Is the biggest question. Where the fuck's the clock, chat? What the fuck? What the hell, Bobby? さっきまでは吹いた視点さん、女神さん、もうちょっと横になってもいいんですよ。It says a god, the goddess that passed out, blowing bubbles out of her mouth, foaming out her mouth, or you know, you could lay down a little longer, you know. Then I will take your word for it. It's okay. I'm understanding what you guys are saying, so... I believe the Mr. Kou who could explain the situation at hand, I believe he completely shut himself off and turned himself off. There's no response, even if we called for him. He said before going into sleep, he said he was going to reserve some resources on his own or something, but... Yep. It seems that he was very right from the get-go, from head to toe. It says head to tail, but...10種類には計算機、デュカル機、魚雷、加えてリソースにもたっぷり仕込んであった。これよりノーチーナスの時間は10時に打ち込んだしまった。So yeah, it's what he's doing is currently correct. At this current damage, all the stuff that we locked away was the calculation device, the observation device, torpedoes, and resource of supplies. And magical resources, we've been supplied quite a bundle, a little too much in my opinion during that time. But so with this, Nautilus's float time, aka survivability, is about 150 hours, maybe going down drastically. And by the fact that a servant rematerializing into the world would always constantly drain resources. 彼はそれを見過ごして動いていたんだろう。So yeah, knowing that, he probably overlooked some of the calculations and added to his calculations of movement, unnecessary movement that he'll be making on his own in order to prevent the catastrophe. I really wish he would give us a hint, at least here or there. It just means that he was calculating at a speed of light to the point that he couldn't even talk to us or couldn't even able to explain to us. That's how much, work he had to do in his head. It's as expected. He was working like an ace, a general. General Kou, General Grievous, aka General Kou. It seems that even I couldn't see you through, and I must apologize. Whoa! It says, the evaluation of Kou went 180 from trash heap to general. Yes, General Kou. But the fact that it was my fault. And I would admit it right away that it was my blind eye that might have caused this unforeseen circumstances. And I will, what I see is what I see in the result is the iron law of the sea. He's done a good job. And it's not like what I've done in ridiculing him would be going away in poof, but Whoa, Nemo's series is low on energy. Oh no. So well, in this situation, let me explain to you, the acting commander and commander of this ship, that's very, happy-go-lucky, the situation we're in. Right now, that the fact that currently we crash landed into an emergency, imaginary rock shore, parentheses, I don't know what the hell that means. And right now we're in, we're floating. Essentially, we can still swim as best as possible, but all we can do is now walk. We lost sonar and we lost all our torpedoes. Meaning that the fact that we've lost our eyes and ears 1000%. All we can do is just wander around. But simultaneously, there's a medium-sized Noble Phantom class attack, and mysterious enemies are starting to assault us. And we have to watch out for a rock slide or seaside rocks that's hiding beneath in a random place here and there. Fuel and supplies are dwindling by the minute. Meaning that from here on out, we either stay and die or we run and die is the situation. You can definitely feel now at least some part of melancholy we are now experiencing, correct? I can understand that, Nemo, you're having some trouble. But even still, I would say we'll do something about it. Captain. Captain. The acting commander is not taking the situation lightly. You must understand, we too have experienced crisis and detrimental, even despairing situations multiple times, and we've overcome it multiple times. Of course, it's not because of our sheer strength. It was because of the staff and the other heroic spirits, and everybody that was in the current state helped all around to gather the strength and the intel and the intelligence to figure out what we must do next. This time, we're separated completely from Karadea in general, but we did get an assistance from the moon. And we have Mr. Captain, the Nemo series folks, Nemo series folks, Miss Osakabe Hime, and Skasaska D. We're not alone. We were never alone in the first place. Well, I might have hesitated and faltered in the early game, but I'll pick my pace up. I'll do my best. And then if that's the case, I can't be sleeping around feeling all dead weight, shall we? Then I will switch gears. I will be the serious goddess mode. It seems that yeah, it's looking at a despairing situation without without understanding your guys' perspective and your experience. It seems that my judgment was once again too early. Mash, protag. Let's do our very best. And, let's do our very best, and let's look for some light resupply searches. Yes, it also seems that Mr. Kowe has left a bamboo type of note. I believe this bamboo style what is the fucking word? Sheen or bamboo stick piles are being used, and it's called it's in ancient Chinese, used as a notebook of sort. Essentially, that one. I don't know what the fuck you call that in English, but that one. If we were to decipher it and read little by little on each note, there is a specific a specific diligent instruction on it. It's almost as if it's trying to conspire that there is a sea map of sort. Wait, does that mean when he was making a very large noise, he was making an echo scanning that was a higher range than our current sonar? If we were to follow this sea map, that means that this place has become more of a labyrinth. A place has many different, almost like the sea stuff, right? Kumikonda. So this is just a sea map with the seashores and then sea coordinates located, correct? In the instructions, I believe it's even located the current location, the rightful route, and the place where we meet the next objective has all been written down. I wonder if we were to follow it, we'd be able to escape. Kare ni onbu おんぶに抱っこというものもじくじたる恩があるけど S だからね、よしとしよう。するとやはりソナーと地雷の思想したことが痛い。修復の可能性は継承にならない。ともかく全員は高度の電子装置を塗り合わせて素材から一から工作できるようなご指もし、ここにはない。代理キャプテン、船長代理。君として次はここに何すべきだと思う。So essentially, it's saying that the fact that he's carrying us and carrying us like a princess, that the fact that it's kind of starting to feel embarrassing, and me talking bad about him, and I have some doubts, but he is an ace after all. I will definitely trust his judgment and what he's wrote. But if that's the case, we're losing sonar and the visuals is very hurting. If we can restore it, we might be able to get it off scot-free, but everything might be impossible. The high-tech electronics and Spiritron equipment is going to be getting it from scratch, or combining from scratch would be impossible. We don't have facilities, nor techniques, nor skills, or factories that can pull that off here. So, Acting Commander, with you and Tao, what should we do next? Genji Kyurix Eruka Sketto Shokan Suru kana? So it says then we must add, first you got two options. It's to secure a collaborator in the current situation, or summon a helpful friend. It says, we had help. Yeah, we can definitely ask for help in the imaginary dimension, see if anybody was willing to help us. That was one of the questions that I thought, but it seems that these enemies would come out of the woodworks, or I should say rockworks, or from the crevices. Let's just assume that regular conversation will not go through these entities. When it comes to summoning, I do very advise caution. As I said before, materializing something in here would definitely use up a lot of resources. in hindsight, even though if the ship isn't fully operational, 100% HP and no scratch to it, even summoning multiple servant, it'll be quite risky. Because during battle, shutting off a magical forge, aka reservoir supplies, might happen in handy in order to prevent detection, after all, during war or operation. しかし確かに失われた設置をし可能性とする助っ人が良ければ一気に状態を変更します。式に載せるので指示活用価値観もありませんね。So, yes, the fact that able to restore some functionality of the equipment that we've lost, if we were to able to get another helper, it would be greatly appreciated, for certain. It might be worthwhile in reality, able to function, fixing things to get a better question. So I've come up with a calculation. Now that Master Ko is sleeping, in this situation, we'll be able to use resources up to one servant with no problem. With that said, Protag, I have a very important explanation and idea. ここは異世界形態の得意点でもない。So yeah, essentially it says this is not a lost belt nor a singularity. This is the imaginary realm, but we're still around the Atlesian border, or around the Atlesian sea. Meaning that currently we're technically connected in the quote-unquote Claudia's home turf. It says, yeah, it's a little bit half-assed, but we've provided a magical core or reactor and a calculation servant. 今はこのカルディアに実証しみたいなもんだ。常にセイントグラフは利用した召喚が可能となる。So it's essentially saying, Nemo is saying, we're in the imaginary realm, but we're still in the territory of Atlantic Sea. The Atlantic Sea is connected to the Carudea base, meaning that we have minor tools and supplies and magical forge and a calculation. We'll be able to summon servants of Saint Graf that's already been used in Carudea, meaning that we can use Claudia's servants. That means that we can use servants that we have contracted with. That's right, meaning that we can use those skills and trust them. We can summon a useful one. It's going to be MHXX. Oh god. Or Yun Yun. Sengoku no Shokan wa Nautilusの運動としていつか見合うだろう. So essentially, while summoning inside of diving inside a ship of multiple summoning, as a Nautilus user, it might be an exception with an exception, but just I would take the return risk. It would be better that way. So this is why I would like to caution and advise who you should summon to select this one servant. So here's the idea that I have. I believe Mr. Professor, we should leave the selection to Professor. 確かにシオンの仕込まれた選択ロジックを全整させて最長値導き出しました。要点は俺らのゆかりによる選択ミスをほとんど完全排除できること。次は全くやったことないプロトコルですのでちょっぴり緊張しておきますと、シオン氏のナジオンのロジックは時に不正解な人を旋回すること。マスターもご体験済みだと思いますが、So essentially, Nemo Professor is that so it says leave it to Professor, and Professor says to be perfectly honest, I will come up with the human selection logic that Shion has implemented and ask what I will choose for the best option. At this current point, I believe 我々のうっかりによる人生ミスをほとんど完全に消去できること。つまり、全くやったこともないプロトコルですので、ちょっぴり緊張しています。チオン氏の謎のロジックは、時に不正解な人を選択すること。マスターもご読みですね。So, essentially, they're saying here that, that the fact that the selection, besides the selection miss, everything has all been eradicated to this point. At this very time, I have not done this protocol, but this is very nervous. Sometimes Miss Shion has a mysterious protocol is that sometimes the wrong person answer is the right person to choose for. Maybe Miss Master would experience it. Ah, the Abigail. That's right. But if General Ko, if the General Ko's activity is correct, that the fact that Jinsei no Tashika no shoumin sareta to boku wa omou. With the General Ko's movements and acts, I believe the selection was all success in the first place. That will be proven so. What do you think, Protag? Would you want to go for it? Yes. I'll leave everything to Professor Nemo. Good. Then we have no time to argue. And I didn't have to counter-argue. All right, Captain Nemo. We'll go with your idea and use the summoning servant to help us out here. Let's do this. Mash, let us borrow your shield. Understood, Senpai. We're gonna summon Abigail through shield? Wait, this class reading is... are we gonna get Yun instead of, Abigail? Yeah, it is. How? I've been answered to your summoning. 49, I'm Yun. Yun? Huh? Wait. Have we met before? I feel like my memory is a little iffy. Do apologize for being rude, Miss Heroic Spirit. Who really are you? From the wordings and the dress and the outfit and the tone of voice, I feel like this old humanity was from a heroic spirit of the eastern side. But Professor, did you not say the summoning servants will be a Karudia servant for certainty? Yes. I will be looking at the log, so please wait. It seems that when it comes to selection logic, it kept spelling error, and it failed to grab a specific sync graph, and it seems that the summoning program has bugged completely, therefore, so yeah, because the program has bugged, now that we've resummoned something that's from the ordinary throne. Yes, I do agree. When things like this would always happen, so we definitely should test things out before anything, without wasting our time. Yes, that is end of Professor. Wait. So it was a summoning error. Well, that's a little, like, broom. It's a light in the hope of light in the darkness. So no, we should never give up. Yun, you're supposed to be a heroic spirit that has a name. Your true name and ability. Is it all right if we know about them? It says, I see that you guys are quite in a busy trouble, but true name? The fact that you were telling me this so eagerly and early is, I don't know what should I say. I understand. He may understand. What? What's wrong? What do you understand? This. That the fact that this feeling, something of an absolute that's not hiding himself, the elegance and the nobilities and the cuteness, the Hime power she has, it's. If you were to compare my power as 2 in Hime strength. I believe this person has Hime strength of over 336,000 princess power. Wait, what the hell? Okay, are you broken? Hello?そして一緒に姫力に猛者を浴びた姫しく神や地獄でも即的な踊る姫力を入れた姫はクレパティア様のみ。So yeah, 6 digit. Something that goes beyond 6 digit. Only Master Cleopatra would have such beauty and princess power like. So あの女女にためを取れる美少女。つまりあなた様はyes, I'm name is Yang Fu One Yufang. Yu is my nickname. Everybody would call me Yang P. It's a little embarrassing, so I'll be in your care. Wait, I've heard of this name before. Did I have her? Yes, I have MP4 of her. Oh, fuck. 応じた楽な気持ちの理由でしょうか。実際にヨシによって動かしてヨシに渡れば首の美少女。So she's just explaining who Yun is. Says, stop, I'm not that great. I'm just a pleasant. I'm just a commoner. I am just a village girl that likes lychee. It seems that she's very shy heavy, Masa. I mask her like I can't stop feeling nervous tension about her. But because I am the vice commander, I will be asking the necessary question. Why do you know that why did you know that you materialized yourself as a foreigner class? Do you understand? That's because the foreigner class, no matter what kind of exception, it's an extra class that is very rare. The identities and identities of the reasons of why is still unknown. But from the past year incident, thinking about it, we know for a fact that the class foreigner class of something that has borrowed, if not infested in existence outside of the realm of the world. Fortunately, Miss Abby and Miss Hokusai has withstand and stand strong in her conscience and self restriction, and they're definitely helping us along the way. But Miss Young Fei or Youngum Fei, do you realize that you are an existence already known as special? You have a self-awareness? You saying that, are you able to understand your Saint Graph? Can you control them? Meaning that in this current unknown precedent's pinch, will you able to use Masta? Will you able to use your strength to help out Masta? Yep. I'll definitely respond to it with a hefty C. Yes. Explanation is done. Your question is done with a C. After all, this heroic summoning system was supposed to be a defense against humanity, right? Union knows about it very well and strongly agrees. And next, when it comes to the Saint Graph stuff, it seems that Miss Mash is very vaguely and purposefully divided, but you do realize that I am the girl who has run a country within the history, correct? So with that value, then yes. Unfortunately, I destroyed the country as well. It's truth after all. 滅びをもたらす権能の乗りながら与えた感じはあります。It says, I have the authority to eradicate, or destroy, or annihilate. That I know for certain. Huh? Well, this Saint Graph, Yu is, 自らの存在が反乱を砕いていることを拒んでアベンジャーのごとくを振る舞うことはいたしません。So it says, yeah, I won't go crazy. I'm not gonna cause some Avenger stuff and burn myself alive. Onshi 来子天使の来地が上司の飛行や望まはしないと白明であるがゆえにどこから神様の思いになんて知りません。悠々は我が全能機マスターのために使うと誓います。So it says, I don't know what sort of Prince Charming that's waiting for me. Eradication of humanity is something that I've never wished for or make it into reality. I've never thought I would be once thought of or residing or praying to some god. Union will use her utmost ability in order to save Masta. I can swear by it. Maybe if that's the case, you can also buy me with a command seal, perhaps. Nope, I would like to believe you. By the way, my name is Protag. Protag, sounds great. And if that's the case, it'll be greatly appreciated. So, now, let's get down to brass tacks. What are we working with? I don't know. What are we working with? So, as a instrument player, Yu has a very good ear. Wait. Is your ear good enough to the point that you can hear noise outside of the ship? Yes. Yes, and at least from a very while, I've been hearing a large thud on the ship. I've been hearing it from the outside of the ship now. It's saying that my intention saying that enemy is coming. Huh? You hear voices? In the imaginary realm? Wait, so does that mean actually enemy is here? Captain. Yeah, may I get a permission to go outside to defend? Right now we'll commence our rescue operation. No. I can't permit that whatsoever. As long as the fact that we don't even know the existence of the enemy, the multiple solo action is... he said, I can solo manipulate the, I can solo manipulate the imaginary realm, but no. And the fact that we don't even know the current situation at hand, I can't be willy-nilly separating myself from the ship and get myself vulnerable. So れは一応解決した。解決してみた。ダメな状況がダメしても一人離れるわけにはいけない。Yeah, so yeah. I've already fixed the situation at hand. What? Look. Oh, what? Ah! What is this embarrassing play? Why am I naked all of a sudden? I transformed myself into my other self. So essentially, she morphed herself into other self. We can explain the details later. All you need to know is that the seaside outside worker or members have increased. let's get rid of these enemies and yeah, let's get rid of these and understand and Kako, we're going to capture. Yeah, we're going to capture this voice of some sort. And then inside of her voice it says, ooh, what is this clothing? Is it the fact that me, the other me, would wear such shameless clothing with no problem? Is Captain Nemo with 3 people, yeah, three team comp, would you be able to? Wait, you think that you can pull this off with those 3? What's your yeah, what's your final decision, acting commander? I'll follow your lead. Mash, are you okay? You can't detect enemies, right? I see. It seems that an amateuristic battle of no seeing what's going on in the imaginary realm plane. Then I will just have to do this and that. I think I can pull it off. Yes. What do you mean by you can pull things off? Care to explain? It seems that this current place is technically filled with light. It's so irregularly filled with light, but this is a depth sea of the darkness after all. With this depth dark sea percepting as it is, I'll be able to use the illusionistic fiery eye in order to figure out the concepts and the existence of the enemies that are attacking them. Meaning that my sound, you'll know the position, size, and the class whatsoever, and I'll be able to visualize them fully, is the concept. And with this, you won't be able to confuse when it comes to fighting anymore. It seems that, yeah, including all of us, you're the one knows the situation out of all the area combined. I was a little worried about what would happen next and we have to stay here. But it seems that I will be... yeah, I'll always be able to at least be spared my spirit core being... spirit core being destroyed completely. It says, alright, let's move out.